everybody. Welcome to the latest episode of the MDMC Midwest Digital Marketing Conference Facebook Live series, where I sit down with some of our speakers that will be at the conference, and we find out what's going on in the industry and what you can expect from their sessions. My name is Brianna Smith. I am the Executive Director of the Midwest Digital Marketing Conference, and I'm really excited to be back here with you today for our fourth episode of the MDMC 20 series. Today, I have a really awesome guest who I know very well, and I'm excited to be speaking to. It is Tyler Kelley. He is the co-founder and chief strategist at Slam Agency, a digital storytelling agency here in St. Louis that helps brands realize and reach their highest potential. He has over 18 years in results-driven marketing space. Tyler has earned a reputation for anticipating user trends and developing proactive strategies to drive brands forward. And I can personally say he and Slam do so much for the conference. They have always been an amazing supporter, helped us with all of our different video production, help us with our branding. We could not be more grateful for them. You'll actually see some of their awesome work today later on in this episode. But hi, Tyler. Welcome to
Hey.
Our Facebook Live series.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I'm excited. Excited for MDMC.
Awesome. Yes, always. It's always a crazy, awesome time.
It is.
So could you tell us a little bit more about yourself and also some more about Slam? I'd love to share more about what you guys do.
So where should I start? Maybe I should start here. You know, I built my first website in 1999. Can you believe that?
Oh man.
Yes. So that was, I mean, I don't even want to count the years, but the cool thing was that Google came out in 98. And so I was in college, I was doing mobile disc jockey business, and I couldn't afford a phone book advertisement. And so I was like, what am I going to do? I'm going to teach myself how to build a website and start doing some SEO. And that's what I did. And like, it's been amazing. Perfect timing with Google coming out in 98, graduated in 02, and kind of just got into digital, you know, from the outset, right out of college. So it's been an amazing run, and that's how I got started. That's my short story.
Short story.
Yeah.
Awesome. And yeah, can you tell us a little bit more about Slam in particular and the awesome work you guys have been doing?
Yeah, so Slam Agency is a full service marketing agency, digital marketing agency. And really we work with just a couple of types of entities. The first is mission first nonprofits. So in the nonprofit world, you have nonprofits and organizations that are really just focused on the bottom line and how can I get, you know, that next check. Those aren't the types that we work with. The ones we work with are the mission first ones, the ones that regardless if they're getting a check or not, like they have boots on the ground and they're all about that mission. And then the second is purpose driven companies. And really we define these companies as companies that have a purpose beyond profit. And so they really are, you know, motivated by their purpose, and we're able to make an impact on their bottom line and help them to achieve their vision and mission. So those, yeah, that's what inspires us. And that's what Slam's all about.
Yeah. I love that. I love that. You guys have really like a soul, and beyond just, you know, your logo and your name, you really are have a soul beyond this company. And like I said, they've been so much fun to work with over the years with all these crazy videos and things that the MDMC team comes up with. But I know it has made a huge impact and really helped us spread the MDMC word. So we could not be more grateful. But again, if you're just joining us, this is the MDMC 20 Facebook Live series. I am Brianna, this is Tyler, and we are chatting today about some industry topics and the Midwest Digital Marketing Conference. I would love to know where everyone is joining us from. I am outside St. Louis, actually out in St. Charles. I feel like you're still in the St. Louis area right now. Right, Tyler?
I am, yes.
Yes. Okay, so we're both here. I don't know, maybe we're traveling. I don't know. But yes, so we're here in St. Louis, but let us know in the comments where you're joining us from. We'd love to know where you are at. And if you have any point you want to have a question for Tyler or myself, throw it in the comments. We love to have an interactive chat with you guys. So make
Hey, what's
sure
up,
to join
Tom?
us. Hey, yes, one of our favorites, Tom Harness. He has always been a huge supporter of the conference, and we'll be at the conference this year. Southern Illinois, not too far away. Awesome. Okay, so we're gonna dive into some questions, but again, throw your questions in the comments. Tyler, how did you come up with the idea for marketing agency secrets as your session that will be at MDMC 20?
Yeah, so this is it's a really interesting story. So, like most of us, I was binging on Netflix one weekend, and I was looking for like what my next show would be. So I was watching this show. I finally discovered it, The Chef Show, and so it's with John Favreau, and like this show is all about like so he made this movie called Chef, and he got to meet and become friends with all these amazing chefs. And so on the Chef Show, he partners with people like Roy Troy, and he just learns like how to do like all these techniques that chefs would learn through like schooling and experience. And I'm just like blown away by this show. And I was watching it one night, and Roy, the co-star of John's, he's like, the difference between a professional chef and a home cook is that a professional chef will just, every time they touch the meat, every time they turn it, every time they do anything with it, they'll season it. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. I consider myself like a barbecue, weekend barbecue master, which actually St. Louis Magazine did cite me as a weekend barbecue chef in an
What?
article
That's
that they,
awesome.
it was pretty cool, but it was just like a little like side note in a larger article about my wife and her cooking skills. But it's I'm watching this show and I'm like, okay, that's interesting. Like Roy could put out this cookbook and I could watch this show and binge on it like every night, and I would still never be as good as him. Like
Yeah.
he's a whole other level. And it got me thinking, it's like, that's the same way in marketing. It's like, we write blogs, we tell you exactly how
Yeah.
to do what it is that we're doing. Like we give you the recipe, but it doesn't always, like when you do it yourself, it doesn't always work out. Why is that? And then it hit me. It's like what it is these marketing agency secrets,
Mhm.
not necessarily like marketing tips and tactics or marketing secrets, but marketing agency secrets. Really, the qualifier being that we do this stuff day in, day out, over and
Yeah.
over and over again. So we kind of learn like these techniques, like a chef would, and these techniques are okay. Spend a whole lot more time in this area because this area really matters. Or,
Mhm.
this area isn't necessarily something that you want to spend a ton of time in, but you still need to give it a little attention. Or, like, here's where we should spend our money, and here's where we should not spend our money, just based
Yeah.
on experience with a diverse list of clients who are all trying to accomplish different things online. And yeah, so that's where marketing agency secrets came from, and I'm super excited about the session.
Awesome. I love that idea. I mean, you got the people who are doing this day in and day out, and they probably have some tricks up their sleeve. It's you may have the knowledge of what you need to do, but a lot of times it's just implementing it and or where to get started. And go to the experts; they have the answer. We do have a question from our fabulous Tom Harness. Taylor, how do you create? You best create opportunities to make things happen.
All right, so this is pretty wide open, Tom. Thank you for asking the question. And how do I create opportunities? So at last year's conference, I shared a little bit about just the way to approach life and business. And I really do think that at the end of the day, that's how you create opportunities. Um, and so what that meant was having a positive outlook on like anything that comes your way, and the doors that seem to close are the doors that weren't intended for you to open. So that's one thing. Digitally, it's about understanding what, and let's just talk social, in the social networks, what are the social networks promoting? And if you want to create an opportunity to get more views, more eyeballs on those networks, then do whatever it is that they're promoting at the time. So when Facebook Live was hot, you'd always see it pop up in the
Yep.
notifications. It still does in many cases. So you should be doing Facebook Live or Facebook premieres. The things that they want that are new, they want you to use, and because of that, they will promote you.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm gonna jump to one more question, then I'll jump back into some questions that are in the comments. But one more question I have is, what area of marketing do you think is the least understood right now?
Least understood. Well, so it's interesting. I think that we're in this interesting time where there are a lot of people, a lot of the younger generation is coming out and they're really strong with digital and social, but what they're lacking is what I would call like the digital marketing fundamentals. It's like,
Mm,
why does a search engine pick up this content over this content? And then why does that play well with users? Like that all goes back to like blogging and SEO and just how to write captivating titles and headlines
yeah.
that are user friendly and search engine friendly, because that skill, which, I think is foundational, is lacking in a lot of the younger generation coming up and just going straight to social.
Yeah, I can definitely see that kind of, jumping ahead of the game and not seeing how it's all connected and how, you really got to build it from the bottom up. You can't jump in. So Tom has another question. Do you have any suggestions on creating a really good conference session titles and topics if you're interested in
Mm.
speaking at a conference like MDMC or other marketing conferences out there? Because I know you speak at a good amount of them.
So talking about foundations, like I think every digital marketer should have a foundation in copywriting, and specifically if you are trying to create content that captivates and motivates and inspires people
Mhm.
to do a certain action. Pick up a book on copywriting and it will be amazing. Like the best copywriters, previous generation, the best copywriters of the 50s and 60s are what formed advertising as we know it. And now the best copywriters are the ones, that are doing online advertising, social media advertising, and getting people from those ads to click over. And so if you can create a compelling ad, you can create a compelling title for your session, because at the end of the day, you just got that one chance with that title to grab somebody's interest, to pique their interest, and to
Mhm.
get them to read the description, and from that description to maybe get them to show up at your event. So at each point, just like a PPC ad, you have the headline and the description and then the landing page. You have small opportunities to get somebody into the funnel and get them committed to you. So copywriting really is the key.
Yeah, definitely. And I always try to tell a lot of our speakers that is, there we have over 90 sessions. So you are competing, you kind of have competitors, I guess, that people have a lot of choices. So if you want to really fill your session, having a very clear title, doesn't always have to be the sexiest, like play on words or anything, but very clear so someone wants to attend. I always find that the sessions get really great attendance. Do you have any recommendations on books for copywriting?
Yeah, a good place to start, a good place where we have everyone here at Slam start, is this book called Scientific Advertising by Claude Hopkins. And it's like this thick. You can read it like in a few hours. And it's a great place to start. It was written, I think, like in the 40s or 50s, or maybe even prior to that. But it's still relevant to today because it's just all about that foundational copywriting.
All right, let's see if I can. There was another book that I was trying to think of. I will have to do it during our break to see if I can think of the name of it. I saw her speak at another conference and she was fantastic. I believe her name is Anne, but I will find it on when we switch to a video, um, just so I can share it with you guys. And in regards to writing or watching, or really just in marketing in general, do you have one best practice that is really a game changer for anyone here in marketing, that also someone that might be thinking about attending the conference?
Yeah, totally. I really do think that so when we talk about like where let's just call it the professional chefs, where they spend their time, and where just like your typical, like somebody that's trying to do social media or digital, but not really spending their time on what matters. That secret that you need is knowing your customer inside and out. Like, for instance, like if you don't know where they are online, prior to them being aware of your brand, like where they are, whether it's like in search or in social or in a group or a forum somewhere. If you don't know where that person is, then you just don't know your buyer. And so step one is to get to know your buyer, because once you know them inside and out, then you can begin to think, okay, I know where they are, so I can target them. I know what types of content are going to attract them, so I'm going to create that type of content. I know these things, but otherwise, if you don't know these things, you're just guessing.
Yeah, very, very true. It's a great tip. Another great tip from Tyler. And the book I was thinking of, guys, it was driving me crazy, is Everybody Writes by Anne Handley. I saw her speak, and she is a wonderful speaker, but also it's a wonderful book. So definitely a book Tyler recommended, but that's another one I know that I've read and really enjoyed as well. All right, we are going to get a little sneak peek at this year's conference by taking a look at what some of our speakers and attendees said last year. This is actually a video that Slam helped us put together, and we're very excited to show it to you guys. And then don't forget, always throw your questions into the comments, and we will get back to answering some more questions in just a second. Let me share my screen correctly.
Ed Reggie here with the Midwest Digital Marketing Conference 2019. Tell me in your own words, why did you come here to St. Louis, Missouri at this conference?
I like this one because it's a little more intimate for me, right? There's tons of content here. There's a lot of folks that are here, but even just last night, I was able to connect with brands that I know of that are here, and I would have never sort of expected them to be here.
I'm interested in marketing communications just because I study political communication. So I've studied how candidates use advertising in their election campaigns. And of course, now they're using social media.
I think in general, conferences are about learning new things. It's a place outside of the classroom where you can actually see what people are doing, how it works. So for, one of the biggest marketing things in the country in St. Louis, it was perfect.
My favorite part about this conference is that people are here to learn. They're super approachable. They have wonderful conversations. I just think it's a conference where you can come in and soak up so much in 48 hours.
We've enjoyed very much being here. It's a vibrant conference, well attended, great questions. Honored to be here.
It's been really wonderful to be able to hear not only the different geographical places people have come from, but the huge brands that are traveling to be able to attend these sessions and these events. And a lot of these brands have attended year after year, so they're really seeing great value to do that.
It's the fact that they truly care about their local community and that they can make me feel inspired to come be part of it all the way from Florida. There's something happening that's special with that.
I think it's just important for us to support initiatives that are here. I think typically with things like this and with all of the amazing brands and companies, we will have to usually hop on a plane to get to that.
We're trying to create a community here, and a lot of people have told me, wow, this is almost like a community. I feel like I meet a lot of great people, new friends. We're all working hard to make this happen kind of for St. Louis and to create that atmosphere.
All right.
Awesome.
Yes,
Good
I love
stuff.
that video. Our newest video. Got to actually see some people and what they were doing. Oh, there we go. Stop sharing. To see what they were doing at the conference last year. Hey, Yvonne, one of our MDMC speakers, and she spoke last year. She's speaking this year. Cannot wait to see you again at the conference. And she was on my Facebook Live series last year. It's so much fun talking to her. So shout out to Yvonne. Yes, I agree. Great video. It was I think it did such a great job showing what MDMC is and fun time you can have at the conference. If you're just joining us, don't forget to throw your questions in the comments. I am chatting with Tyler Kelley of Slam about MDMC. So Tyler, regarding MDMC, what can attendees expect to learn during your breakout session beyond the cooking skills? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, so this marketing agency secrets, I actually teach a course at Miami-Dade College's Idea Center because we have an office in Miami for the last 2 years. And so I teach a course there, and the course is called Marketing Agency Secrets. Unfortunately, that course is about 30 hours worth of content and hands-on work. So what are we going to talk about in an hour? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just like take my top 3 to 5 secrets, if you will. And if you're just joining us, the concept behind the secrets are these things that an agency does day in, day out for a diverse list of clients with multiple goals. And we really just kind of fine tune and shape, like, here's what works for us day in and day out consistently. Here's where we spend more time. Here's where we spend less time. Here's where we spend our money. Here's where we would suggest not spending your money, because we tried to spend money there and it just doesn't work. So those are the types of things that people are going to walk away with.
Awesome. So yeah, so take, agencies have run these tests. They've worked with probably your type of business. So go, at this session, you're going to take everything they learned and use it for yourself. Just kind of steal it and use it for yourself.
And I'm a big fan of just like giving everything away. I never hold anything back. So it will be information and experience rich content.
Awesome. That sounds so exciting. So obviously we just talked about there's a lot of sessions at MDMC, over 90. So people have to kind of create their schedule, figure out which is the best session for them. Who would you say would be best to attend this session that would probably get the most out of it while they're there?
So, I think that anybody that is trying to get a career in marketing, this would be a good session for you. But specifically, if you are in like a marketing director, marketing manager, VP of marketing role, I think this will be right up your alley, because if you're in one of those types of positions, I can guarantee that you have a lot on your plate already. And time is of the essence. You have a vision, you know where you want to go. You might not have the bandwidth or, the team to get you there. And so what this session will do is it will really help you to focus in on the areas that are going to make a real difference in achieving your vision, achieving your goals, versus, the areas that might just be the shiny objects or, the waste of time. So
yeah, no, definitely. As a marketing director myself, that's a constant struggle. Where do you focus the time? Where do you prioritize when you want to try something new? Is it worth spending your time? So I can definitely say that all of those things happen to me myself. Now, obviously, like I said, lots of sessions. If you're like, darn it, there's one I want to see as well. Don't forget, if you register for the conference, everybody gets the decks who registers. But if you do the General Plus or the VIP, you also get the audio. So because I know I've been there, I've been in that place attending a conference, and you're like, I just want to go to all of them. But I'm more in person.
That audio is huge. That's a huge benefit.
Yes. I personally, I get to attend no sessions because I'm running around running things with my amazing team. So I listen to them like podcasts after the conference because I want to learn just like everybody else. So if you do the General Plus or the VIP, it comes with audio. Not to be too salesy. But as a repeat attendee of MDMC, what are you looking forward to who are you looking forward to seeing when you're not speaking? And I guess what are you looking forward to this year for the conference?
Totally. So, how many years has it been at Union Station? Like, is this the third or fourth year at Union Station?
I want to say the fourth, but please don't quote me.
I think so. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to seeing the transformation at Union Station. That's a side note. But, in the video, Perry talked about building a community. Mm-hmm. And so the one thing that I love outside of all like the amazingly rich content is just like getting there and meeting people like me at the conference that are in the Midwest. So, over the years, people from Indianapolis, Chicago, St. Louis, Milwaukee. I mean, you can go west to Kansas City and beyond, Denver. Like, people are coming from all over and converging on St. Louis. And it's amazing to kind of meet people like me from other markets. So that's kind of cool. In terms of sessions, this is a big tip. Bring your team and don't all go to the same session, right? If you do bring a team, disperse, split
Divide
up.
and conquer.
Exactly. That's the best way to handle it. So yeah, because 90 sessions, it's just going to be insane. I can't wait.
Yes, no, I agree. I say the same thing, like divide and conquer. So you guys can take notes and ask questions. That's one thing we're passionate about, and obviously, you know, this is part of helping us with our brand is our prices are super low, guys. It's 179, 189 a ticket, and for the lowest ticket, so you can send your team. You don't have to like just pick one teammate to go to the conference, which is always what is kind of hard with other conferences when they're over $1,000. You can't send 6 team members, you know, to where, you know, on the other side of the country. That'd be a lot of money for most companies, but we like to keep our prices low so that you can send more people, because every team member deserves to gain this knowledge and have that experience and make those connections. So it's very important to us. So I hope you guys are able to bring more than one person, and so you can get all that content in there. And yes, I know it's hard to pick your schedule and all that, but make sure to go to the website and check out all the sessions are up there. There's a few more we're adding. We've been locking down a few more additions, so that'll be exciting. We'll be announcing our VIP sessions as well. I'm hoping this week get everything together. But also, if you have joined us or you haven't joined us before, like Tyler mentioned, Union Station just went through a huge renovation and transformation, really. We now have the St. Louis Aquarium, which I saw, which was really fantastic to see. We have the Ferris wheel, the ropes course, which I did for the love of my niece. Was terrified. But you do have a ropes course for you adventurers out there. Mini golf, so many new restaurants. So if you're coming back again for MDMC, there is so much more that you're going to see this year. It's really, really cool. All right. So don't see any other questions right now, but if you weren't able to join us and you're rewatching this, or you come up with a question later, throw it in the comments. Then we'll be keeping an eye out. And don't forget to check out Tyler's session at MDMC and to get your tickets at bestmarketingconference.com. I was just telling Tyler before we got on, I cannot believe we're like 2.5 months away. I'm slightly freaking out, but it's all going to be okay. So,
yes.
In a good way, a good freaking out.
You always do a great job. It's going to be amazing.
Thank you. It all comes together somehow. But yeah, we are 2.5 months out, so get your tickets for sure. And thank you so much, Tyler, for joining us and all that you do
Thank you.
for MDMC. You really have just done so much for us, so thank you.
Thank you. And thank you, everyone, for tuning in, and visit us at slamagency.com.
Yes, definitely. All right, so here's one more sneak peek of MDMC before we head out.